Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Wanted to show you guys what it means to clean out the chicken coops. So both the brooder as well as the older ladies chicken coops, show you what that entails. The whole thing doesn't take more than like 30 minutes. Definitely not bad at all. I'm just in yoga pants and a t-shirt that I don't really care about. So, you know, it's not anything where you're going to get covered head to toe in chicken poop or anything like that, but it is messy work, and you definitely don't want to track all that poop back into the house. You want to make sure that you're keeping your family safe and clean, but yeah, it's pretty simple, so we'll walk you through those steps right now. Alright, so here we have our chicken brooder. I'm just going to open it up for you guys. So let's see, that can just stick there. So as you can see, they've gotten a little more feathers than last time. Let's just grab one that's going to cooperate. Sorry. So a lot more wing feathers here, tail feathers here. If you can see on her little neck, she's getting her little neck feathers. So a lot of development. They grow up so fast. Okay, so originally I had a shoebox to put these guys in. What was happening was they were jumping out. They've gotten a lot more better at jumping and holding on to things. So we're actually going to use our cat's box here. We've got a paper towel down, so in case they poop, which they do, right there. And then we're going to leave it over on our grill, just right in the sun, so they're still getting that heat. So let me just wrangle these little guys up. 1, 2, 3, and 4, oh, it's okay. There we go. And like I said, the whole thing won't be taking that long, so we're just going to leave it right in the sun while we quickly do everything else. It's not a big deal for them to be away from the water or the food for that long, so we'll go ahead and put them over there, and I'll show you what it means to clean this guy out. Okay, so this right here is how we have it set up. In this little container, most of this, as you can see, which is also full of their food, their shavings, some poop, this is grit, and this helps them digest their foods. They don't actually have like teeth or anything. They have a weird thing at the back of their throat that kind of helps everything down, but they don't chew their food. They swallow everything whole. So this helps with their digestion. So chicks need that. The next thing is their food container. So this fills up. They're supposed to peck it out. What really happens is they decide to knock it over, and it gets mixed in with all of their litter, their grit, their poop, fun stuff. And then this right here is their water, and as you can see, it's full of shavings. So the water you want to replace about once a day. They also, with your chicks, you want to buy what's called chick electrolytes. It helps because guess what? When they're kicking in that litter, they're also kicking in their poop, and you know, you don't want a chick with dysentery. So we have their water on this. It's something my husband decided to doctor up. What we were finding was they will kick over their water, and then their entire house gets wet, and you're just going through that much more shavings. So I'm just going to knock off the extra. We'll give this a good spray off, let it dry in the sun, and then we'll get everything back together. So this right here is just a big mix of poop and probably grit and food and everything else that the chickens have. As you can see, they've kind of pooped on the side, so we're going to give this a good wash down too, let it dry completely, and then fill everything up. And I don't think we're going to put as much wood shavings in as we did last time, so that hopefully now that they're a little bit bigger, they can jump up on the wood block, a little bit easier to drink. They won't be kicking as much stuff in that. So here we go, just going to dump this right in the garbage, and we'll bring you back once everything is scrubbed out and good. Okay, so while we have all the chick containers and the little water thing drying, let's go ahead and clean out the big ladies. Basically, with this, we added all of the green that you see, the plastic. It didn't used to be this waterproof. Living in Seattle, you know, it's definitely rainy, and there's actually like a lip where it's a flat roof, and it would just hold the water on it, which leads to things like mold and moisture in a coop leads to things like mites and other parasites. So definitely want to keep your coop dry, want to keep it clean as you possibly can. As you can see, there's just this line of poop right here. Basically what happens is the chickens come in here and sleep at night. They love this roost. They don't really like that one, don't really know why, what goes on their little chicken brains, but they stick here and they poop, and all their waste falls in this beautiful line, which actually makes cleaning a little bit easier. If you can come back and see this in their little roosting boxes, so you see 2 eggs that look really, really dirty. Those are actually fake eggs. What those are for is, one, to encourage chickens to put their eggs in the right spot. Chickens are also known to eat their own eggs because it's a great source of protein, so we want to discourage that. So you know, if they peck the fake eggs, they're not going to crack it open and find good protein. They're also encouraged to put their eggs there because, hey, someone else did. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to clean out their coop. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take out their nesting, or their roost bars, sorry. So those just lift right on out. Pop them up here, don't need those for a little bit. And then I'm going to take my handy dandy rake and just start scooping towards me. Like I said, there's just always that big cake of poop along the edges, and I'm just gonna rake this towards myself. I think everything else looks pretty good. We just cleaned their coop out last weekend, so it's not too bad. So I'm just gonna take this, shovel it up. Make sure I'm getting the majority of that poop. Some people like to compost this. It is really good, but it is very acidic. So if you do, I think it takes about a year for that acidity to go down enough that it's going to do your garden good, other than just killing everything. I'm going to keep doing this, and then I'm going to put some more shavings in. Okay, so now the coop is scooped out of poop. If it was a really, really gross time, what you can do is pull this out. This is just on a slider. Pull this out, spray it off, let it dry completely. We just did this last weekend, so it's actually not that bad. So I'm just going to put some shavings here. Alright, so that's back. Let's go back to the nesting box. And we put a little more bedding here. That is basically it. We just need to put their food back, and this one is good to go. Okay, so now that this is washed off and dried off, we actually rubbed it down with a towel because, again, moisture is not your friend when you are making your chicken home. So we are just going to put everything back together. So first, let's do their water. So we just have this little contraption here. This screws onto the top of this. But first, we have to put in what's called their Chick Boost. So again, these are those electrolytes I'm talking about. So you're basically making chicken Gatorade. And it's about 1/4 of a scoop. About that much for one of these containers. I'm just going to screw this on. And then, pro tip, I'm not going to flip it upside down until I'm ready to put everything back. Okay, so we're actually going to go ahead and put the wood block back in. Like I said, they're a little bit taller now and they're able to jump a lot more. So we're going to put that right here. And then we're going to put their shavings around it. And again, we're not going to use as much as last time because they can hop up now. So this is really just so they're not slipping and sliding everywhere, so that their poop has somewhere to go. Put a little more in there. Shove it under. Now I'm going to take their water. Everything is screwed on nice and tight. Flip that over. That's just slowly going to leak out. And then their food right here. I normally don't do this part. My husband normally does this part, so if this goes everywhere, that's just me showing my inexperience. So, line it up. Anything that falls, they'll actually just eat, so, woo, there we go, not that bad. Just a little bit of loss, that's not too bad. That can sit right there in the corner. Their grit, I'm actually not going to add to it because it was mostly salvageable. Put that right there. So all we need to do now is put our chickies back in the brooder and put our brooder back under the light. I'm sure they have loved the sun, but they're probably ready to get back under that heat lamp, and we will call that good. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. You can message me on Facebook or leave a comment on this video, totally fine. But I will see you guys later. Bye!